Hello everybody, welcome to Blue Goose Garage. Driving home in the snow, yay. Really it ain't that bad yet. The road is kind of damp in a couple places and it's cold enough that it could turn into ice. And I'm still running bald tires, so kind of going home earlier than I would have. Yesterday, well, day before yesterday, I put some struts on the front of this car. If you want to see my short strut video that is not at all informative, the description of that's in the comments. I mean, in the description or in the comments or whatever, there's a link to it. But car's driving better than it had in years. The rear end's still a little bit messed up, but since I plan on clipping it eventually, I'm not worrying about an alignment on the rear end because it would be just a waste of time. I got the front end back down to where it's not Carolina squat. I never did like the way it looked like that. And it, like I've said before, it wouldn't go very good. I mean, it gets stuck in a puddle. Then that was indeed because it was sprung too stiff, because with the same exact tires, I can go up my hill at the house with no problem. So the car rides better, it drives better. All around, 10 out of 10, I do recommend it. Now, I did a little bit of horse trading. On how I got these struts. I had a set at the house. I could have gotten them, but I would have had to take those off of a car, and I didn't really want to do that because it's winter time and it's cold and it was not fun, so I did not want to do that. The red parts car at the house that I'm going to cut up to use to fix this one, it didn't have struts on it, but I did know where they were, so I traded the ones that were on this car to the guy for the ones that are off of that car, because he likes that gambler style lift, you know. I didn't like that on this one. He'll be happy with a 3-inch lift on a Metro. I'm happier putting it back where it belongs. So, and in a future video, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it exactly yet, but this car has a control arm brace on the front control arms, and it's because, well, you know, Metros are notoriously weak on the frame horns, and previously it hit holes all the time and it would not keep an alignment. I could get by with just taking that off, but since the car's had a brace for 10 years, I figure it probably needs to keep a brace. I'm just figuring on it might need to be a slightly better engineered one. I came up with that one when I was like 23, 24 years old, so I've learned some things about how that actually works since then, and it needs to be 4-point braced a little bit better than how it is. But it's worked this way the whole time, and it did do its job. It's just, if the frame horns actually did get rusty on this car, the way it's braced right now is not going to hold it. So I'm going to get a little bit more creative with how to fix that. They sell brackets something out of some bed railing or something might be a better idea than buying one. And I haven't showed it in any video recently, but the piece of pipe that's under this is roll bar tubing, thick wall roll bar tubing. Like it came from a dirt late model building shop, so it's good stuff, but it's bent. Before I changed these struts, I would have never been able to do this. It would have started spinning. Not with it damp like this. It's pretty though. Big flakes. I don't know if you can see those real good on camera. That's a good one. Okay, so that brace. That's what I'm talking about. That's bolted to both forward control arm mounts. And the front, when I had it up the other day putting these struts on it, the front end is not loose as far as tie rod ends or ball joints or any of that. The front end's loose where the bolts go through the bushings in the front, because in order to run that brace you couldn't tighten it up all the way, and over time it's wore the bushing, and I'm sure the bolt, to where it's got some slack, some slop in it. So basically, if you can kind of picture it, and right now it's braced like this, just a straight bar. I want it braced like that and like that to the rear ones, so it'll be more of a S brace. And they, like I said, they sell, multiple companies sell kits to reinforce that with, but you know, they're a couple $100, and I figure I can make something. Get some, I might buy a stick of square tubing from the foundry or something. That would reinforce the front end. I'm not even sure that it would actually need the front reinforcement now, because I'm not going on the same roads that this car was driven on all the time. I slow down for bumps and stuff. It may not would need it, but you know, I figure it should keep one because it's had one for so long. That car's not got one, and it honestly probably needed one. The right front passenger control arm mount is bent on this car, and look how it wears the tires. More towards the inside, feathers the outside, and it's in line. So anyway, hope you had a good day, and if you're around me, I hope you like snow. I'll see us again next time.